On May 23rd, 1957, officers were responding to an anonymous tip claiming that there was a man who was in regards to being in connection with a bombing shortly before illegally entering the home of Dalry Mapp. Officers knocked on Miss Mapp's door, demanding to be let in her home. Mapp denied them entry. The men came back to knock again, and Mapp did not respond. They proceeded to enter Mapp's home and rummaged through the house, searching for any trace of the bombing suspect. In the ensuing search, the officers didn't find the suspect that was initially believed to be laying low in Miss Mapp's home. Instead, they discovered explicit materials stashed away. Since sexually explicit materials were illegal at the time, Mapp was charged under an Ohio law that made possession of obscene material a felony. Mapp was then sentenced to 1 to 7 years in prison.
Of course, since no warrant was produced, nor was a failure to acquire one even acknowledged in the case against Mapp, she appealed her case.
Which everyone should do in a situation like this.
Mapp's appeal to the Ohio Supreme Court was denied, as owning sexually explicit materials functionally canceled out Mapp's right to privacy. As for the actions of the police, it was deemed unconstitutional, but the court upheld the decision to use evidence collected illegally from the house raid against Mapp.
A quick refresher on the Fourth Amendment. The amendment is specifically built for cases like Mapp's to never even occur. It provides protection against unreasonable searches and seizures, or in this case, protection from cops finding a woman's spank bank. This also sets the legal standard that police officers must have probable cause and acquire a warrant before conducting a search.
The appeal made itself all the way up to the Supreme Court. The court ruled that Mapp's right to free speech was not violated as for the evidence obtained. Justice Tom Clark asserted that any illegally obtained evidence is unconstitutional. He continued and supported his claim by citing the exclusionary rule.
Excludes illegal evidence in court made federal by Weeks versus United States.
Justice Tom argued that without the use of the exclusionary rule, the Fourth Amendment is just a bunch of words. He added on to the statement by saying, "To hold otherwise is to grant the right, but, in reality, to withhold is privilege and enjoyment." The court rulings in this case are incredibly important to the rights of a citizen, as evidence collected illegally cannot be held against anyone in court.
Including your mom.
La la kuma la la sa festa. Nigga talking crazy.